Welcome back to Mets Weekly, presented by FlatRate Moving. This year, the Mets have a familiar face managing their Class A team in Brooklyn. Former Met Wally Backman is currently in his first full season as Cyclones manager. Now, any Met fan who watched him play back in the day knows Backman's personality certainly fits New York. Recently, we got a chance to visit the Cyclones skipper to talk about his new gig and, of course, those magical days from 1986. I'm here with Cyclones manager and former Met, Wally Backman. Thanks so much for joining us on Mets Weekly.
It's great to be here.
Well, I'd like to welcome you back to New York City.
Thank you.
What's it like playing back here and working in the best city in the world?
Well, there's no question it's the best city in the world, but I'm excited to come back. I'm thankful for Jeff and them bringing me back here. When I left New York as a player, there's always a piece of you that kind of dies inside, and to be able to come back, it's almost like you're coming back to your family.
Best thing about coaching and managing here in Brooklyn?
Well, I think the best thing about managing here in Brooklyn is being back in New York, number one, but knowing that you're a part of helping these kids progress and get better, and hopefully someday a few of these kids are going to get the Citi Field.
Anyone who you have your eye on right now who's really stuck out to you?
There's a couple guys, Daryl Siciliani, Corey Vaughn, our shortstop Ryland Sandoval. He's kind of the sleeper right now, but those two outfielders are very quality players. They're 5-tool players. They can do a little bit of everything. They got great baseball instincts, and I'm certain that they'll play in the big league someday.
Now, every manager has a different style, a different approach. So how would you describe yours?
Aggressive, very aggressive on the bases. I try to force the opponent to make mistakes when they're on defense, and I like to hit and run. I like to make sure that we move the runners over, but I like to force the defense to make mistakes. So I would say it's aggressive, but educated aggressiveness. We're just not running wild to run wild, but we try to force the defense to make mistakes.
Would you consider your approach tough love?
It could be a little bit of tough love at times, yes.
So you played for 9 years on the Mets, and those were your first 9 years, and then you went to go play elsewhere. So what was the best thing about playing on the Mets?
Well, winning a world championship for sure in '86, that was the best thing. But I think the camaraderie we had, the chemistry that we had, it was just a great bunch of guys through those years, and it was unfortunate that we kind of separated, I thought, before we really had to separate.
Do you have a favorite moment in a Mets uniform?
He struck him out! Struck him out! The Mets have won the World Series! And they're jamming and crowding all over Jesse Orasco. The dream has come true. The Mets have won the World Series.
It would have to be winning the World Championship, no question. When we won that game, I made the first out in Game 6, and Keith made the second out in Game 6. We got 2 outs, nobody on, and we're losing, and we come back and win that game. It was, that's a special moment.
6 by Buckner, rounding third base. The Mets will win the ball game. The Mets win.
I'm sure not only for the players, but also in every Met fan's heart and memory.
Oh, absolutely. It was a time where we felt, or I felt, that we played the worst 6 games. We never played 6 games that poorly during the season, and it was coming to an end, and it was a frustrating moment, and then a very exciting moment when we won.
Biggest difference between playing in New York and playing everywhere else?
Tons of difference. The fans to me were so much more knowledgeable here in New York. They kept you on your toes. When you had bad days, a lot of times they let you know about it, but the good days as well. But more knowledge, I think, in the fans here in New York, and no question it was the greatest city to play baseball in.
How was Davey as a manager?
Great. For somebody to handle the crew that he had in the mid-'80s when we were all there couldn't have been a better guy to do it.
And you guys were a wild bunch.
We were a little wild, but Davey did have the reins, and he knew when to slow us down a little bit.
Well, it's wonderful to have you, and thank you so much.
Thank you.
Time for the FlatRate Moving Move of the Week.
And he hits this one in the air to left center. Jay going back, he's looking up, and it's out of here! And it's 4-1 New York. Driven in the air, deep right field, back toward the corner, and it's out of here! Into the Pepsi porch! A 2-run homer for Jose Reyes, his 7th of the year. 2-2. He struck him out, and the ball game is over. Frankie Rodriguez finishes it up, but more importantly, the Mets found their offense tonight.
When Mets Weekly, presented by FlatRate Moving, returns, we reveal some of the best Met plays from the month of July.
Pagan sliding, and he makes another brilliant catch. Oh, wow, what a play by Angel Pagan.
Plus, a special message from an iconic figure in Mets history.